What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is all about the Irish World Rugby Player of the Year, Mr. Johnny Sexton, one of the greatest players in world rugby, who's just had such a dream of a year playing so well. Obviously the big news and the reason why I'm talking about this man today is because he has just signed on with Ireland and he's going to end his career in his home country at the end of, I think, 2020-2021 of that season, and he will end off his career 3 years before the next World Cup. But it's understandable. The man's of an age. We're getting younger generation coming in who are wanting to fill the boots of great players like Johnny Sexton. So credit to the man. Good to hear that he's retiring in his home country. I always love those kind of stories because it's important. You build up. A lot of the players grow up and leave finding the money, going for better opportunities. For example, Japan, France and all that stuff. So it's great to hear he's sticking around in Ireland to finish off his amazing career. Now obviously next year is going to be a massive year for Johnny, just as big as it was this year. He's just achieved so much. He achieved the Six Nations, obviously winning in Australia, being a key player within the Irish squad, showing up, giving his absolute all, playing a role that is so important, not just because he's a fly-off, but the fact that the man can do everything from kick a ball, from tackle, to tactically kicking, to running, to getting the passes right. He's just a genius with the ball, and I think it will comfort the Irish to know that he's going to be there. Obviously the question is injury. I think he's got a slight niggle, if I'm not mistaken, with Leinster at the moment. Hopefully he can recover strong from that. But it's going to be important for him to maintain his fitness levels and watch out for risks of injury. Because although the World Cup is still a way away, but it's just around the corner as well. 2019 is literally, I mean a month's time. We're already in 2019. It's scary. And then obviously the World Cup's later in the year. But still, an injury can really cost you and set you back, be it if it's a niggle that turns worse, or a broken limb, or surgery. Those things can change a total aspect, and it's important for him to keep fit, keep calm, keep clever and technical when he's playing his game, and not overdo it. He's obviously got a big year, continuing Pro 14 and the European Champions Cup. I think he will probably sit back the odd time, so they can allow him to rest up, so he's ready for Six Nations, which is going to be massive. Six Nations is going to be huge. Ireland's got a lot to prove. They beat the All Blacks this year. They've done a lot, and they're going to want to continue that form, continue keeping their fans proud and all that stuff, and also want to silence the critics. Because there are people who are saying, this is once off, they were lucky, all that jazz. They're going to want to prove a point and show in the Six Nations that they have the capability and the strength and the momentum and the confidence to go all the way and maybe pick up another Six Nations victory. But the important part, and this is where the Irish talk comes into this video, is the World Cup. Now there's a big ask in the Rugby World Cup because we all know Ireland haven't been to the semi-final. They are known to choke, which is a big thing. And I mean, as a change in the sport, but as a South African cricket fan, I know that feeling of watching your team choke. I know that feeling when your team's one of the favourites, or maybe got the best opportunity to win, and you watch them choke. It is heartbreaking. So I can relate to the pain. I mean, I saw South Africa lose in 2015 to the All Blacks in an intense game. And unfortunately, that was just a great game that we just couldn't win because the All Blacks were just a better team. But it's heartbreaking when Bryce Lawrence screwed the Springboks in 2011 against Australia. Heartbreaking moments. So you never wish it on people. Obviously, as a South African, I'd love to beat the Irish, especially in a situation like a quarter-final or a semi-final, which is definitely a possibility at the rate the groups are staged. So we're going to see something quite special and exciting within Ireland, and it's going to be interesting to see if they can go all the way. There's talks of Argentina maybe beating them and kicking them out again. South Africa, the All Blacks, it's going to be a big ask for the Irish. But again, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again because I believe in sportsmanship and respect to the nations, and I've got a lot of respect for Irish rugby. I feel they can do it. They can definitely get to the final and give the finalists, whether it's the All Blacks, the Springboks, or whoever it may be. Probably it will be like then one of the other countries, because we will meet sometime in the final. But you know, I believe they've got the capability of doing it. They just beat the All Blacks the other day. They've beaten Australia. They've beaten all the teams in the Six Nations. They've done things that no one probably thought they would ever dream of. I think if we had to talk this time last year, we were talking about England and New Zealand. We weren't talking or thinking that the Irish were going to be the contenders who are number 2 in the world, who are going to the next level, who have fantastic players like Ryan and all those brilliant players, Stockdale. I mean, come on, Peter O'Mahony. They've got a great team, and they've got a great set of youngsters that are growing and developing also within that Irish squad, and who have the capability of taking them to the next level. And obviously the news we've also heard, Joe Schmidt is going to be retiring. So you're losing that massive impact of a great coach. I mean, they will want to end on a good note. Johnny Sexton, this is going to be his last World Cup. Joe Schmidt, last World Cup. A lot of the players like Best, Healy, all those blokes, if they get on the health wagon and they are fit enough to play, it's going to be last World Cups. Conor Murray, you just never know. And that's important. They're going to have to treat this World Cup as if it were their last and play it with every strength that they have in order to get an opportunity to beat a team like the All Blacks, South Africa, Argentina, Australia, England, all those great nations in Scotland. But they need to start and continue to play the way they're doing. Don't change much. Work on maybe a few things here and there so they can get better and improve. But stick to what you've done this year and how the defence has been amazing. The attack has been strong. The kicking from Johnny hasn't been too bad either. So keep that up, work on it, strengthen your other players around you, and Ireland will just go from strength to strength and show the world why they are a force to be reckoned with, why people shouldn't jump to conclusions or say, no, they're one-hit wonders, they just beat the All Blacks luckily, blah, 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 all that jazz. We've got to show respect, guys, because they've definitely played fantastic rugby this year and have every opportunity in the world of winning the World Cup, of winning the Rugby Championship again. Any rugby championship, Six Nations, sorry. They have every opportunity to do that. Why? Because they've got a fantastic coach, they've got a fantastic captain, they've got a fantastic fly-off who was mentioned, and they've got a fantastic all-round team who just gel so damn well together. And Irish rugby are just on the rise, so they're definitely going to be a force to be forced to look out for, because they just achieved so much. So I'm excited to see what Ireland are going to have to offer for us. And I'm excited to see their campaign starting in February. February is going to be an epic year with this, or epic month with the Six Nations kick-starting the first international games of the year to show us how the teams are, how they're gelling up, how they're fitting towards the Rugby World Cup. So it's going to be, so many questions will be asked and answered in February. Then when we get to the championship, we will answer and ask a lot of questions as well. So just a video just to update obviously on Johnny Sexton signing on his contract, as well as giving a brief on the Irish squad and the importance of Johnny Sexton to the team and the players and the coaching staff. It's going to be an epic World Cup, guys. I honestly cannot wait to see what is going to happen. I think it's going to be the best World Cup we have seen, and I probably would say that in the next 4 years' time. But the way the rugby is developing and the way the teams are playing, and now the competitive rate of how the teams are playing against each other, I think is absolutely special, and I cannot wait to see what happens. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and make sure you are subscribed so you can keep up to date with all future uploads. So much more to come. 2019 is going to be a massive year of rugby, and we are just touching it. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on another video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.